right, well, let's be in order then. What's on our agenda, clerk, clerk?
So, hello, y'all. You only have the Public Transportation Transit Board to discuss. There's one person to be considered for reappointment, Kent McDaniel, and he applied for reappointment. And there are other two applicants that have also applied. I did end up talking to Kent, well, after the Public Transportation Board. And, because I know it was an interesting meeting. And so, he still because there was a comment that was made in an article that basically said like, he wasn't sure if he wanted to continue, and I was like, I just want to talk to you after, the dust has settled. Are you still wanting to do that? I think he is still wanting to consider to be reappointed. I think he was just upset at the situation, that transpired.
I have a question about the archived applications. Because I guess I looked at those and one of the archived applications, like, just barely got archived. Oh, today, literally today. So is that still something that we can consider as well? The archived applications, or not so much? Because then there would be like a total of 4 potential applicants.
As long as it's not been a calendar year since they've applied.
Okay.
So, what are our thoughts here? Because, I mean, so Ken wants to continue now, you're saying, and the general feedback from board and the staff members and everything.
Yeah, John Connell had reached out and said that he highly recommended him, and that was before the vote that took place. And so, yeah.
Oh, I would say timeline too is that our next session is September 2nd, so I think if we could just get a recommendation. And I think that's totally possible, we have plenty of time if we wanna do interviews and figure that out still. Yeah, it feels like we have time to do that.
But see, so my feeling is that Perry's a very interesting applicant, but I don't think they bring anything that Ken doesn't bring. It would be my take. So if there, then I don't think that Zach is, I don't think would be an upgrade over Kent or Perry. So to me, it would be between Kent and Perry, and so that would just be the question about whether we feel like there'd be some value in considering somebody else.
I think that, given some of the situation right now with BT, I think that would certainly be worth interviewing.
I think.
And I mean, honestly, I kind of want to interview all 4, including Hank Duncan, whose application just archived.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm okay
I
with
just,
that.
especially since we have
Right.
until September to make.
Yeah, I mostly think there are a lot of qualified candidates where I think it would be hard for me to choose maybe the one I think it could do the best right now, but I think they would all be great, so and so maybe there would be some more clarity and some interviewing. Yeah, I'm okay with that if you want to. Yeah,
I mean, I think that's part of why I feel that way, is that, that there's been some shakeup. And I think that all 4 of those applications look interesting in different ways. And that all 4 of them might be good choices for service, and so
I'm just stating, to be clear, I'd be very happy to reappoint Ken. And it sounds like that the board would like that. I mean, he voted the way that I would have hoped he voted for the change. I think that he's been a great advocate, I think. And I do think there's an argument to be made, which is, with this change, let's, assuming that that there's nothing else that can be done here. Having folks who have some understanding about how we got to where we are, it might be very necessary.
Consistency factor.
Yeah, yeah.
And I mean, I agree that I still think it's worth talking to him about.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then also just thinking in the broader sense, because might the mayor want to change some of her people? She has two, right?
She
Is
has
it three?
two,
It's three
yeah.
and two? That's where
3 and 2. I have a question about that actually, Rick Crosley, is right now on Kent's seat, that term is actually from 8/1/26 to 7/31/2030. So that so in terms of the computer system, that sort of automatically rolls over. But then he's labeled as interim, and that's how the system does it right now.
Exactly, because he has up to 90 days after his term expires. To still serve until a new appointment or a reappointment has been made. So he could still do it while you all are still deliberating on the seat.
Yeah, the mayor's 2 appointments, one expires next July and the other July 28th.
Yeah. So. Yeah, but if we want to do interviews, happy to interview them. I don't, like, what was that? I love Zach Hammerman generally. Do we, compared to the other candidates here, is it worth interviewing him? I'm like, we have 2 people with professional experience managing transit. So my only thinking, to me, it should be between Perry and Kent if we're gonna do interviews, but I also love Hank, but.
But for interviewing, I would like to interview that.
Would.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, I'm looking, I guess, at the description and I mean, it doesn't say anywhere on here that there needs to be experience in terms of transportation. And so that would be one of those, yeah, maybe it's good, but is it always good? Or is there some benefit to having somebody who has fresh eyes or different? And so that's why I would also advocate for interviewing all of them to really understand I would like to make sure to get some good, very kind of specific questions related to the responsibilities of the board though. So I don't know, Rick Crosley, if you could help with that, just to be able to, I guess, really assess them in an ideal way.
I would also like to ask Hank if he's still interested, or since it did archive, I don't know if he would have gotten a note about that or not, but
I just don't know.
yeah, I see that too, yeah, but I guess just to see if it's still on his radar or what.
I have a reservation, not about Hank, but about the dynamics of we have this conversation a lot with city employees for applying for things. In this particular case, it sets a person up who reports to the mayor, is appointed by council. I don't know that, if we ever are in a situation where, granted, this last situation.
Yes.
It went, I mean, so
Yeah, I have the same concern, and it's not Hank specific at all, it is a
that's-
city employee, and that. I think it would be very hard to not consider your day job.
Right. Right.
And the supervisor of your day job
Yes.
and making a decision, and
Yes.
it's not Hank, it's any
Yes.
person.
Now, on the flip side, I like the idea of being able to have a stronger integration and visibility with Safe Streets for All, with, you know, general things happening in planning and transportation, like, I think that's a value add, so, you know, you know.
I think that those are both good points,
Yeah.
but I also wanna note that like he actually applied for it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Knowing
yeah.
that they're.
Right, yeah, I mean, it was
So that's
something
why I
we
think
talked
that's really
about,
worth
of
talking,
course, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And
And-
we've appointed city employees before. I
The
mean,
board, this board to me is also different, it's
Yes.
like RDC and BT are very
Yeah.
different, they
Yep.
have like.
Yep.
Different authorities.
Yep.
Yep.
Than, yeah, like BCOS or something.
Yep.
But right, I think it'd be worth asking about that, and then maybe, I don't know what kind of authority we have, like maybe there should be like a planner, non-voting or. Someone who shows up at the meetings, you know, because you're right, like the integration would be nice. I don't know, maybe the board member here can talk about it a little bit when we have public comment.
do we have there's a party affiliation, thing with BP?
Yeah, there is.
Oh, there is?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You remind us what that is?
Statute citations.
Have to have, different political parties, cause, Douglas Horn is a Republican.
No, it's the same as BUEA.
Can have no more than 3 of the same party, is that right?
Correct.
Appointed by council?
No, at all.
Where, is this in the state code or is this in the?
I think it's in state. 'Cause it's
Government.
Definitely not in city.
Yeah. So are you guys looking at the IC 3694?
Um,
Well, I just staying out.
36, 9, 4, 14, yeah. Public Transportation Corporation Management Board of Directors, section 14, a public transportation corporation is under the control of the Board of Directors. Which says that blah, 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 directors must be residents of the taxing. The Board of Directors of Public Transportation consists of 5 or 7, it's determined by city legislative body. Ha, that's something we could have done, y'all. To stop this in the past, but we can't do it now, we could have expanded the board.
Yeah. To summit. Hey, also, I guess we're doing this, like, the mayor appoints. For 2 people, one is for 1 year and the other is for 2 years, is that what we have on? Board?
Directors appointed by the city legislative body for terms of 2, 3, and 4 years.
Ah.
And then. And the mayor. Has
No, these are both,
1
these aren't,
years.
these are.
Yeah,
look
they're
at
they're all
it.
4 years,
So we
Which
haven't
isn't
done that
right.
correctly.
Yeah.
So.
Well, there's that. So,
right there,
so,
that's a lot.
well, so that means that some of these people aren't appointed appropriately, their terms have ended.
Same here, so C
Wait a
one,
second. Also, it says 2 directors are appointed by, oh no, we
By
do have
executive.
2 and
Yeah, we have
3.
2 and 3.
Yeah, we
And
do.
So,
Okay.
but it means.
so it says
that-
our like C one position should be 2 years.
Yep,
Seat 2 should be 3
3,
and seat 4 should be
be
4,
4.
so that means Doug. Is also up.
Yes, according to state law, which we should probably start following. Like, I'm thinking,
interesting. But
That
does
would
that
be
mean, does
fun.
that mean that their last vote was that they have to revisit it because they weren't, because they're.
They get 90 days. So
But one of them, the 2 mayoral appointments
should both be,
should,
oh my God,
yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
oh my.
this is a pretty big deal, actually.
This is
because
actually
there's
a pretty
such
big deal.
Decisions being made over there. I think that this needs to be taken to city legal.
Yes,
honestly,
it does.
Yeah.
Yes,
Because
it does.
that's
Yeah.
a pretty large problem, and then we can kind of on our end, I think, move along with some interviewing. Because
Yeah.
we do have 2 seats now that are an interim.
How should we take this to city legal?
I can take it.
Too well, I think,
Yeah.
Okay, thank
I'll
you.
go ahead and reach out now.
Thank you so
about
much.
this. Yeah, and
No, she
of
was-
course I'll loop in, Larry.
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
Reading law is so fun.
Wow.
It's right there.
All right.
And none of that, just FYI, seems to be in our local code.
No.
And so it might be worth updating our local code to actually reflect state code, because I definitely tend to look at the citations in local code a little bit more frequently than in city, or than in state code.
Yep.
And it's usually, having looked for things in both of those places, it's way easier to find stuff in local code than in state code.
Yep.
And two, I
So-
think too, there's been discussion about directors must be residents of the taxing district of the corporation. I think that actually needs to be looked into as well.
Yeah,
Because where you reside and pay your taxes is important for this. All 5 of these. I don't see anything about the Republican.
It's under 36-9-4-17.
17.
Yeah.
Oh, political parties, okay.
Mhm.
I had to scroll.
That's very interesting. Well, this was a great meeting. Okay,
so I will, wait, as a member of the committee on council processes, I have to remember the right initialism, I will bring up modifying this part of the code
Yeah.
to incorporate some of the state requirements, and bring up the topic of 7 directors as opposed to 5. And I kind of honestly feel like that might make sense because we're a larger city.
I would
Like
want,
PT seems kind of big, so like, shouldn't we maybe have?
I don't know,
People?
I think I would want more feedback from the board
Yeah,
about that. It seems
Yeah.
to me that it operates okay with 5, and sometimes you can be more nimble, you know?
yeah.
do 7, how does it break down the
3, 4.
44,
3, 4?
yeah.
What is this saying? Okay. Political parties, the number of directors belonging to either of the 2 major political parties does not exceed the number belonging to the other by more than 1.
Right.
Yeah, so if we did 7, it would be really hard to.
Yeah. Oh,
Isn't
you're
it
right.
saying we need 2 and 3?
That's correct, like, you can't have more than,
Yeah.
if 5, we can't have more than 3 Democrats.
So who are the 2 non-Democrats right now?
Doug Horn and,
Yeah.
McLaren.
Yeah.
Okay, so we both have 1,
Mhm.
okay,
and hopefully we could just like keep that as our understanding. Everybody works on 1.
mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, interesting. So, and so then the mayor's seats have a term of 1 and 2 years respectfully. So that means in theory, McCleary should have expired in 25 and Don Griffin also should have expired in 25.
That's informative.
Actually,
We read the law, that's happened. Okay.
yeah,
So, right, that's a lot, and I do just think it's up to legal to figure out. Everything around that, we've got folks kind of serving on this board that are no longer appointed. Even like, at least for us with Doug. He's past his interim, he's years off now, right? Is that right?
no, so Doug's seat,
Oh, yeah, it's right now, so
Would be-
he and
yeah.
Kent are both interim. For 90 days.
yes,
yeah,
2,
yeah.
3, and
2,
4
3, 4.
years. So.
So
2
we are
would be
doing 5 for
26, 3 would be 28.
On this commission.
4.
On this commission, we
It's
are.
Just imagine what this opens, you know?
Yeah.
I wonder though if there's some type of, is there some precedent that it's like if you take no action, they just get reappointed?
There's a weird thing that happened some years ago related to like a mayoral appointment and them not doing something and it caused a lawsuit.
Right, because that's,
Yeah, and that was like the previous administration and it was related to like the who was the Republican or the independent
yeah,
on there. So I think I'd have
the
to,
argument might be, I mean, the flip side that the argument Carrie might make is that had she have known that their terms were up, that she might have reappointed somebody else.
Yeah,
Mhm,
yeah.
mhm.
But look at 18. Okay, this is weird, vacancies on the expiration of the term of office of a director. The appointing authority shall appoint a director for a
Oh.
term of 4 years.
Oh, wait a minute.
And until the director's successor is appointed and qualified.
So you stay on until until another appointer, somebody else is appointed?
This doesn't, I don't understand what it means. Okay. The appointing authority shall appoint a director for a term of 4 years. Oh, I wonder if these vacancies is just about.
Maybe the initial terms are,
For the start, the very
Right.
start.
and then after that, it's 4 years, because those initial terms would create a staggered
Yeah,
body,
yeah.
but.
It does, I would lean that direction.
Yeah, so maybe they should all be 4 years. I think
Okay,
that,
but then is it, that would mean that it's only the initial term, the very first time it was constituted,
Yeah.
not
Yeah,
the
right.
first time that somebody's appointed.
On the
Right.
expiration
Okay,
of
but
the term.
that would mean that if you reappoint, like, you wouldn't get a staggered board in some future iteration.
yeah, you would,
No, because everybody could, there's a time when everybody could quit, you could remove people, there's like lots of reasons that you might end up reappointing a whole new board.
Mhm. Let's just have legal look at all of it.
yeah,
Maybe it is correct and. Mostly over here, we're just interviewing people from our.
Okay, so we want to interview all 4 candidates?
that's what I am in favor of.
Great.
I'll move that we interview all 4 candidates, and further that I would request that we interview them as individual interviews as opposed to one group interview.
Yep.
Okay,
Sounds good.
like 15 or 20 minutes each, I think is
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
And we need to then maybe look at our calendars.
First, we need a second.
Yeah.
Second,
Okay. Okay, so Stossberg,
Yes.
Rosenberger,
yes.
and.
Yes.
Yes. Yes, okay. Thank you.
13th.
And for the record, to put in like the 4 candidates,
Oh.
you are identifying to interview Kent McDaniel.
No.
Zachary
Zachary
Hammerman.
Ammerman, Perry Mall, and Hank Duncan.
Correct.
Okay.
Should we ask for public comment or?
Yeah.
Any,
Let's have some public comment. Is there
If you
anybody who
want.
wants to do some public comment?
Alright, so this is very, very informative. Obviously,
Can you say your name for the
Oh,
record?
I'm sorry, I'm Nancy Obermeyer.
Thank
I'm
you.
actually on the board of directors of Bloomington Transit. Appreciate the opportunity to be here and appreciate all this information that you're providing here. But yeah, so will these interviews be open to the public or not?
I think they are.
Yeah, they are.
Okay,
It's one of those awkward things about
like,
the,
Each candidate could be in all of them. If they wanted, but normally it's just the candidate we're interviewing.
Which is why we haven't passed on an open interview, because it's like, you all could come anyways if you wanted to, right?
so when, so will you keep me posted on when those interviews will be?
They'll be posted publicly as they are for all
Yes,
of our meetings.
it's
Okay.
hard to promise that, but they are posted. And I was like, oh.
Yeah, I'm just getting familiar with your website.
I cannot do the 13th.
And then we have the budget night the week after, and I'm away that week. I could maybe do the 11th. We're gonna do a lot of interviews, so it makes it a little harder, but I could do the 11th. Like 2:30.
Can't do the 11th anymore because of the 48 hours. So, actually,
Wait, yes,
Yes,
that's
you can.
fine.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I personally am not available to do that one. I can check to see if other people are, but I am not available that day.
14th.
I could do the 14th.
I will just, make it virtual. Just.
I can do the 14th anytime before 2.
Okay.
I have to be after 10 on 14th, but
And I need to be like at somewhere else at 2.
You said before 10.
after 10.
Oh, after 10. Okay. So between 10 and 2. Preferably like
10 and
1:30.
1:30, yeah.
Yeah, 1:30. Okay.
If on the 13th, I could do pretty, earlier morning hours if we need that. But then I have to go to an appointment.
So do that in person, the earlier hours of the 13th. Can you do that too? So
It was the thing?
Thursday.
Thursday? Yeah, I can do 13th in the morning.
In person,
Okay.
because I would probably be okay with that before 11, but I might need to be virtual depending on how.
And I think,
Oh my gosh, I have a planning commission meeting next week, I just realized.
yeah, I could basically be until 11. On the
That works
13th.
for me.
Okay.
Yeah, I can be as well.
So what would be your start time on the 13th?
8,
Okay.
yeah,
So 8 to 11.
6:45, yeah.
Okay. And then on the
Maybe some
4th,
other options.
you'll have from 10 to 1:30.
Mhm.
Okay,
Yeah. Well, they can be virtual, so,
yes.
right,
Yeah.
hopefully that's enough time.
And so because there's 4, maybe like I could do is see if we can maybe do 2 and 2 on the 13th and the 14th.
I'd rather do them all
Or,
if I'm
uh,
honest with people.
Okay,
Me too.
Like,
okay,
Cause
Kind
yeah.
of like a
Well,
year
we'll
up
see what
and,
it
okay.
messes up
if
my
we
day
can.
when I have to-
Okay.
yeah.
So. Okay. I'll see if people would be available, between. Yeah, it just like, once I reach out, I'll see
No, yeah.
who, like, majority of the people would be available, cause it also depends on like.
And then a poll like we do.
Well, usually I try to tell them, hey, council has identified this time, can you be available? And usually when I say that, people will work around it. So if there's, yeah, so I can put out the 13th as like the first choice, and if we have anybody that's just like, kind of squeamish, then I'll see if we can do the 14th.
Or one of you could be remote if you wanted, then.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see how the 13th feels.
Okay, so I'll do that. I'll work on, I'll put a hold on the ground. For the
Alright.
13th.
Can I answer this phone call?
Yeah, we're almost done, so yeah, go ahead,
Yeah.
go ahead. Alright, any other matters of business?
That's it?
No, okay, great, let's,
And you were going to at least reach out to Hank Duncan to make sure he's still interested before, is that
Yes.
okay? Yeah,
Yep,
that
I
would be
can
it,
do
okay,
that.
yes.
okay, excellent, that is, then we'll call this meeting to conclusion.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.